You good? All right, so we'll call the meeting to order for Board of Adjustment, October 19th, 2021. I'd like to welcome everybody, just us, I guess. So we'll go ahead and get started. We do need to get an approval of the agenda, get a motion to get an approval. Reynolds, second. Mr. Pierce, second. All in favor? Aye. Approval of the agenda. We do have one business item, and I didn't see the minutes on here.
And I was going to actually point out to you, the agenda has been amended to add the approval of the minutes for number 4. So,
Okay.
and you've got those agendas sitting in front of you now, the corrected ones.
Okay. There it is. All righty. Can we get a motion to approval of minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes
Pierce.
from August.
Mr. Reynolds, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, on to the new business, Carroll Crossing, Section 3 for a special use permit.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you said, the one action item we have is a special use permit application, and that is titled Carroll Crossing, Section 3. So this is applicant is Baldwin Design Consultants. Lee and Lamb Properties LLC is the owner. This one got rezoned back in a couple months ago at Town Council. This is adjacent to the current Carroll Crossing subdivision. It is a duplex subdivision, but it's at the intersection of Church Street and Jeremy Lane. It's a portion of parcel 04819. So just over an acre. So the zoning district is R8 conditional district. That condition in that zoning district is just referred to the architectural design of the duplexes, and they're going to have brick fronts. Doesn't really affect anything what we're doing tonight, just thought I'd add that in there. So the proposed use is a single-family attached residential development. We say single-family attached, but it's more commonly referred to as a duplex. So here you go. You can see the property there outlined in blue. This is the entire property. That property is one parcel, so we're going to be concentrating on this. Carroll Crossing is right here. So these are the existing duplexes that have been there for a number of years now. So you got, just to orient you, Laura Yellis is up here. This is Church Street, and this is the operations center that houses Public Works and Electric Department down there. So just a close-up. So this is the parcel we're looking at right now. There's the overlay of the development, so you can see 3 lots, and you've got 3 separate buildings, and each one's a duplex, so you got 6 different units there. So with any special use permit, obviously we go to our table of permitted uses and special uses. So we're looking at 2-family, including single-family attached of no more than 2 attached units. So that would be a duplex. Go to R8, it's a special use permit, and it's got to meet all the requirements of special requirement number 2. So we'll go through that like we usually do. So this one is different than the ones we've done in the past. It's nowhere near the large scale, so we're only looking at 6 units, so most of these aren't even going to apply to it. Dimensional requirements can't be over 150 feet in length. If it's 20 or more, it has to have primary access, so we don't have to worry about that since it's less than 20 at this point. So we can see here on the plans, they do have access on Church Street, so that would take care of the access requirements even if they did have 20 units. And then this red line shows the max length of the buildings being 50 feet, so well below the threshold of 150 feet max. So this C is talking about has to be in accordance with all the other development regulations, particularly talking about subdivision regulations. So upon the issuance of a special use permit, they will have to supply preliminary plats, final plats, construction plans, all that kind of good stuff. So, and that's what this requirement is referring to. So going further into the site plan, no zoning permit or building permit shall be issued for construction in a group residential development except in accordance with a site plan approved by the planning board. So upon issuance of a special use permit, they'll submit a site plan / preliminary plat. Planning and zoning will recommend approval or denial to town council, and then council will have the ultimate approval of that. So density. So we'll go through let's go through this next slide. So max density. So we do our calculations based on the number of units. So you have to have a minimum of 15,000 square feet. They have 48,000 square feet, so just over an acre, so 48,000. So they can have 4,000 units is the first unit, and then 2,500 for each additional. So the required square footage for the proposed 6 units would be 16,500 square feet. So the total actual footage is 48,000. So it's well below what's there. So the required is well below what they have. So it meets that. Additional requirements, particularly with yard requirements, I'm talking about exterior. Along each exterior property line or public street, the minimum front, rear, and side setback of the zoning district shall be maintained. Interior, a minimum setback of 20 feet shall be maintained to the nearest edge of the access pavement. And then the distance between each unit would be, have to be at least 20 feet. So you can see here, so they do meet the setback requirements of the zoning district. Minimum building line on the front is 25 feet. And then the distance between that red line is indicating 30 feet. So they're showing 15-foot setbacks on each of those. So it meets that requirement. Street access, they provide ingress and egress from development to existing public streets, so they'll have that. Sidewalks will ensure they have sidewalks on their preliminary plat construction plans. Also, storm drainage improvements, they'll have to meet the standards of the state and the town when they do that. So they'll have to submit stormwater calculations for that as well, so they can meet that. Sanitary containers, they're going to have individual curbside service, so they'll meet that. They won't need any, what's the word I'm looking for, community trash, garbage cans or anything like that, so they'll have curbside for individual ones. But that being said, planning staff is of the opinion that the request can meet all the development standards required for issuance of the special use permit upon proper findings by the board. And as usual, just ask you guys to go through each one, vote on it, and then vote on the whole thing, and then.
Question,
Yes, sir.
can you go back to the map?
Yes, sir.
There's 2 different properties. Go to the next map, first map.
Which one do we want? You want to do that one?
That one right there.
Yep.
Now, which one are we voting on?
So this one, they're asking for a special use permit
That
for
one
this
there?
one here.
That's 1.1 acres?
1 acre, yep. This will be about 4 acres, so I'm assuming
We're not voting on that, right?
we're not, no, this one doesn't play into it right now, just this one.
That one right there?
Yep. So when, at the time they want to move forward with this phase of the development, they'll have to come back for another one. So you guys will see it again.
Which way are they planning on facing it? To Church Street or?
No, so they'll be, here, it'll be easier to see it. So you can see Church Street out here. So this is Jeremy Lane.
Jeremy Lane?
And you'll see, so individual drives will be out here on Jeremy Lane. So you can see these represent the drives for each unit.
Is anything going to obstruct the people's view if they come on Jeremy Lane to turn on Church Street?
No, you can see they actually do show the turn, the easement for the turn for DOTs requiring it, I can't think of the site triangle. Thank you, Counselor. So they do show the site triangle there, so they won't be able to obstruct it in that easement. So once you get to this, you'll be able to look both ways.
The street side of these is going to be how much, how many feet?
Over here,
From the street to the
so they're showing 25-foot minimum building line.
on the side.
On this side, it'll be 25 as well. So you got 25 from here to here. So it's treated just like a front setback from the side on a corner. So you'll see 25 there as well.
And the other side is how much?
For here, 15 on each one. So you got 30 between each one.
Brian, I don't want to stretch this out. I'm just curious more than anything.
Sure.
So the permit, if issued, would only be for 3 dwellings? Is that how that permit is written, that it's the same property on both sides?
It's actually going to say 6 dwellings in 3 separate buildings. So the special use permit will just apply to just those 3 buildings. And it really just gives them the ability to move forward with submitting a preliminary plat.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just curious because it being the same property, how does that separated, I guess.
Same parcel, you're talking about, because it's the same
Yeah,
parcel
same
inside
parcel, yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
It's just,
So-
it's just tailored to this portion of the parcel, is that 1 acre?
Yeah, so it is one parcel number, so once they actually subdivided, these will have different parcel numbers.
I
So
got you. When somebody buys that, each
So
individual one, I
which
got you.
one's gonna be 4,000 square feet?
So that, there's not necessarily a 4,000 square foot one, that's just the calculations we have to do for the density requirement, so
So it's
they,
always gonna be, like 2,500?
yeah, and I don't know, I don't think they gave us that information.
These are drawn, the way they're drawn at 2,500.
Trying to see if, and that's not something we require to see the heated square foot. Yeah, I don't have that information. I would assume they'd probably be anywhere from 1,500 square foot to 2,000 square foot apiece.
When I say the thing about it, you know, if you get a larger apartment there, you can take more of your sideline.
Sure, yeah, and they'll be restricted to the minimum building line, so they won't be able to expand that footprint any more than what it is. They may be able to go a little bit further deeper, if they decide, but they won't be able to encroach this setback or that setback. The only way they'll be able to go is backwards, so they are to the rear.
Is that designated parking in the front? See up there?
Right. Yep.
That's 2 driveways per.
Yep, so you'll have one on each side, so you have a driveway here and a driveway here, just like a typical, you can see them here on the existing, get off that, so it'll look just like that, the one over here. So with that, if no more questions, we can run through the criteria or the findings.
Ryan, could I ask one thing? Sure. No need, of course, there's nobody here, so we're not going to be swearing anybody in tonight, but just for formality, if you would, open the public hearing, and we'll just put in the notes that nobody was present, and you can close the public hearing, just got that done.
So with that, get a motion to open the public hearing. Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Pierce, all in favor? Aye. With that, we'll open the public hearing. It doesn't appear anyone's here. So with that, can we get a motion to close the public hearing? Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Killian, seconded. All in favor? Aye. So we'll move on to the special use permit. You guys are ready? Get a motion to run through the information here. So Reynolds, Mr. Pierce, motion to run through and vote, and we'll go through each one of them. With that, do I need to read all of this, Brian?
If you want to read it, I can read it.
You
However
can read it. I'll let you read it.
Yeah, so the first criteria, board shall make
Sorry.
affirmative findings with A, is the use requested is among those listed as an eligible special use in the district in which the subject property is located.
For A, the use requested is among those listed as an eligible special use in the district in which the subject property is located. I get a motion to vote on that one. Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Pierce, seconded. All in favor of affirming? Aye, 100%.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
B, that the special use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as proposed.
Killian? Mr. Reynolds, seconded. All in favor? Voting aye, affirm,
All right.
100%.
C, that the special use meets all required conditions and specifications.
Killian's first. I'll take a vote. Mr. Reynolds is second. All in favor of this one, affirm aye, 100%.
D, that the special use will not substantially injure the value of adjoining or abutting property, or that the use is a public necessity.
Pierce, Mr. Reynolds, second. Vote. All in favor? Affirm aye, 100%.
All right.
Left that in.
And E, the last one, that that the location of the special use, if developed according to the plan as proposed, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the town and its environs.
Killian, Mr. Reynolds, all in favor? Aye. And now for all of that, I need a motion to vote on all of that. Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Pierce, all in favor, affirm 100%.
And just to clarify, that last vote was to approve the
Yeah.
special use permit?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
Anything else? Anything else, Brian, we have on the agenda? We'll close that special use permit as
Yep.
affirmed.
Yeah, just one report. I'm happy to report that the internet sweepstakes has been shut down. So they did go in and pull all the hard drives out of those devices, interior of not only the one on Fire Tower, but the one over on Reedy Branch and Davenport Farm Road, where there was one kind of hiding back there. And actually conjoining, the Winterville PD helped Greenville, or Grifton, shut down another one. So they shut down 3 last week, 2 in our jurisdiction and 1 in Grifton's jurisdiction. So,
I'm trying to picture where the one on Reedy Branch and
so it's
Davenport.
neat. It's
Oh, okay, that's, I was always
That
wondering
little,
what that place was.
that little strip
The dance
center,
hall.
right there at the
Yeah.
intersection.
Yeah, I always wondered why that place was there. I said, that's a heck of a dance hall.
So,
Nobody ever there.
and I think, so I didn't know what it meant, but SNEAT is teens spelled backward.
Yeah.
So it started off as just like a place where they could go in and play video games, dance or whatever. But then at some point in the last 3 to 5 months, they've put those internet sweepstakes machines in there. So we got word on it. And, so the DA did, get with, our PD got with ALE and, the district attorney's office, and were able to go in and shut everybody down. So super happy that happened. It kind of confirmed what we did at this board level, so excited that that's over with. But
And the police for their investigation was too.
absolutely 100%. I think that's something they enjoy doing, getting in there and we're doing undercover stuff, so.
They gave them a lot of money, huh?
Yeah, and then, but yeah, that's all I got, Mr. Chairman. I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have of me.
I get a motion to adjourn the meeting? Mr. Reynolds? Mr. Pierce seconded, all in favor? Aye. Aye? Boom, we're out.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Man, that was almost a record.
Yeah, 19 minutes, there you go.